Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you, Sky? Oh, we got to do the clapper.
Last time too.
Last time, too. Tell me how school.
Well, it's a lot of fun. Just fourth grade, one of my teacher goes high speed,
Really?
and it's hard to yeah, 'cause it's the two classes that they put me in. They're gifted classes, so she keeps on saying, "I'm not gonna dilly. You have to hurry up," and it's just like, wait, 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 wait. I'm not done yet. So
She's keeping you on your toes then, huh?
yes,
You
ma'am.
can handle it, I'm sure.
Yes, ma'am.
How did everybody like your backpack?
Oh, everybody liked it a lot.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
And I came home, had a package for me,
Yes, you did?
opened it up, and found the cutest purse I've ever seen.
I'm
I
so
love it.
I'm so glad you like it, Sky. It's the
It's
perfect
so
size, isn't it?
cute. Yes, it is, and it fits me perfect, and it's so cute.
Good. I'm glad you like it. I got that in Cabo when we were there.
Is that in Mexico?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Wow.
So I
And
thought it was cute. Once you get a cellular phone, I noticed it was perfect size to put your phone in.
oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then today, me and Ronnie, since I've been doing some yard work with him,
Mm-hmm.
he will give me $20 for helping him out, and
Wow.
he'll take me down to the store. And yesterday we went to the flea market and we couldn't find anything because he needed some ropes to fix the house.
Uh-huh.
And today I went to the store and I got something and I was gonna get a Barbie and Ronnie told me, your dad, once he found out you were gonna be a girl, he bought you like 15,000 Barbies. So let's go up there and find out if there's any duplicates and bring them back. And we found one like little box of outfit and
Uh-huh.
it's a tennis ball one,
Uh-huh.
and it has like two tennis balls and cute little sunglasses, and I found Cher,
Oh my goodness. Sky, look at that.
and I put the sunglasses on her from the tennis ball.
What is on her head? Are those feathers?
Uh-huh, 'cause she's the Indian chief.
Indian chief. Oh my gosh, her face looks exactly like the real person. That
We
is
thought it was just an
amazing.
Indian, and then Mama looked at it and Ronnie looked at it and he went, "Oh my gosh, that's Cher." And I was just like, oh, "I got a Cher doll." And she's so pretty.
She is beautiful. Oh
And
my
then she looks
goodness. That's great. I love it,
better with her
Sky.
glasses.
So are you getting into playing with the Barbie dolls now?
I love Barbies.
You like to dress
But
them up and change
Yeah,
their
Ronnie was just
clothes?
like, "Well, it's right there at that edge where you're probably not gonna like him anymore." And I was just like, "Well, I like him."
Get them out and use them, of course. And those things, man, they become like really popular and really worth a lot of money because if you keep them for a long time, they can be worth a lot of money.
Ronnie's friend's wife went to a thrift store and found a Ken with no clothes or Barbie with no clothes, and found something on his foot, in his foot, and she bought him for $2.50. She entered him in a she found something on his foot that was just like Paris Olay or something like that. They found out he was from Paris.
Oh my
He was,
gosh.
and it was like 1900 dolls, like really old doll.
Oh
And
my
she entered
gosh.
it in an auction in California. They got it for like $18,000. That's how much they sold it for.
Oh
She
my
bought it for
goodness.
$2.50 at a thrift
Wow.
store.
That is a return on your money, is it not? You need to keep telling
Yes.
Ronnie, take me to the thrift stores and see what gems we can find. That'll help you buy your first car, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my mom would probably pass out.
I think so too. Well, I'm so
Okay,
glad we
well,
got to visit. I'm really
yes,
glad you
ma'am.
were there this morning. It's so nice to see you. You have a
Well,
good week
thank
this
you.
week and send me another picture of your outfit when you go to school. I'd like to see you when you get dressed up for school.
Okay.
Okay, love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, Cher. Oh my gosh, she's so funny. What a doll.
Hello.
my
everybody. That's
goodness.
Julia Childs would say hello, and Amy Beth.
She's so cute.
We have had an incredibly trying last 2 weeks.
I know.
Shall we talk about life?
Sure.
Life is short, but these stories may not be short, but I'll just in a nutshell. Okay, so the day after we podcasted last week, 2 weeks ago.
A little closer on the mic, just a teeny tiny bit.
Wow, I can be a little bit louder.
That's good.
That
Okay.
better?
Yeah.
Okay, so the day after we podcasted, Skyline didn't feel good. She was kind of laying around, and she has been struck with this non-contagious thing called hypochondria. Don't tell her I said that. But it's better now that she's getting older, and but that's not contagious.
No.
And so I got her up, get off the couch, let's do some vacuuming. We did some cleaning, and then she kept saying she doesn't feel good, and she was kind of falling asleep on and off. And the only time she falls asleep on and off during the day is like she's sick. I take her temperature; it's over 102.
Amy.
And I'm like, oh my God, she really
You are
is sick.
terrible.
We went out to get our nails done, and she was just kind of, I was getting my toes done, and she was waiting for the girl, and she was just sitting in the chair, kind of staring off. And I'm like, what's wrong with her? Over 102 temperature. Yeah, that was my daughter, and I was making her clean and vacuum and things. So anyway, Ronnie
You
didn't
didn't
go out
think when she said I'm not feeling well to put your hand on her forehead and say, let's check this out.
No, we don't say that because then she really does get sick. We just don't talk about it. We ignore it unless she's squirting blood or choking on a
into
bone.
Your mother. You're turning
I
into
know.
Your mother.
You can rub it or gargle with salt water. It'll cure everything.
Everything.
No need for Band-Aids, no need for doctors, no need for medical insurance. Although we had medical insurance growing up, we didn't have Band-Aids.
We had great medical care. Isn't that funny? What? We never did have Band-Aids. Did they?
No, we didn't have Band-Aids. No, we were actually a little excited going to the doctor because when we got our tetanus shots, we actually got a Band-Aid. We thought that was really cool. We didn't even know what they were. We knew what they were. We just didn't have any in the house.
We grew up in the sticks. I don't know why Mom never bought Band-Aids.
They were a waste of money. Rub it and then put pressure on it. Then you won't need a Band-Aid. Leave it open to air. Let the regular germs of this world go in it, and it'll be better immune system in the end. Okay, so anyway, Skyline wasn't feeling good. And then she's like, I've got a spot on my finger. Spot on my finger, seriously. And then like my feet are kind of hurting. I'm like, oh my God, is this like blowing up to like, well, let me tell you what. The next day and the next night and the next 2 days to come after that.
I forgot to ask
was
her.
The worst. Okay. She got hand, foot, and mouth virus from the daycare where she spent the summer because there were other kids the week before infected. It starts with a high fever. Then you break out in the worst rash on your hands and feet and all in your throat. And I didn't really think much of it because she didn't complain of a sore throat. And I was going to ask her if she had a sore throat because then she'd have a sore throat. So I ignored that part. She never had problems. They say kids get it so bad in their throat that they drool. They can't even swallow their own spit like a rabid dog. Yes, seriously.
God.
There's nothing you can do for it either.
She didn't have a sore throat, though? She didn't
No, she didn't have a sore throat. So
thank God.
Finally we were coming back from her dad's because she stayed at her dad's one night because she didn't want to go to the daycare. She wasn't feeling good. And I was just like, well, I don't know what this weird rash is. Because I thought, when you spray the aerosol spray to dry your nails real fast, I thought that maybe that gave her a rash. It wasn't that. So on our way back from her dad's, we were going to get changed. We were going to go to, sorry, I'm looking through my phone. We were going to go to open house. I called Mother and I said, her rash is worse. We're going to go to open house. And Mother said, well, don't you think maybe taking her to urgent care is a little more priority than open house? I'm like, oh my God, if Mother says to take her to the doctor, I better because she's probably dying. So I did. And I don't know. I'm going to show you. If anybody gets woozy, don't look.
It's not that bad of a picture. It just looks like red spots.
Okay. So that's that one. This was the bottom of her feet, y'all.
That one. Oh my gosh.
And here's a close-up of her toe. And she had all of these little weird blister-looking things.
Oh.
No wonder she couldn't walk, and it hurt so bad.
On her feet.
She had to wear slippers. They said at the urgent care this is the worst case of hand, foot, mouth they've ever seen.
You're a terrible mother. The boys downstairs.
I know I'm a terrible mother.
I think, Luke, are you laughing at your Aunt Amy?
I'm a terrible mother.
You laugh?
Don't
Are
let
you
me come
laughing
and
at your
keep
aunt or
you.
no? Oh, okay.
So anyway, that finally worked itself through, and now we have. She missed the first day of school. She finally went to school last Monday.
When you told me that, I felt so bad because she was so excited to go to open
She missed
house
open
and meet her
house. She cried the
teachers.
whole time at the urgent care because she kept looking
Oh,
at the time. It's almost time. They're almost done.
oh,
They're going to be done, and I'm not going to be my teacher. Oh my God, that was worse.
oh.
She didn't cry about getting the steroid shot. She didn't cry when they drew her blood, but she cried because she wasn't at open house. Hardly can
Yeah.
walk, this girl,
Oh.
but she wanted to go to open house. So she missed the first day of school. They said keep her home. So now she looks like a snake that's molting. Her hands
Ugh.
and her feet are just I'm telling you what, the FJ or my work car where I take her to drop her off at school, there's these little flecks of skin. I keep telling her,
Ew.
stop touching it.
Me.
I'll put mittens on your hands if you don't stop pulling the skin off. And it's
Well,
like fresh. It's like
oh,
more tender than a baby's skin. I mean, so now it doesn't hurt or itch, but it's real tender. Like even standing in the shower with the hot water on her feet are like
oh,
brand new. Like she has no it's almost like she
calluses or
doesn't
anything.
no calluses, no almost like no fingerprints. They're just peel it is just I'm telling you what, that's the worst thing to do.
You'd
Well
never
then
know it from talking to her. She didn't
well, I
complain or
know
say
she's such a
anything about
trooper.
it.
I felt so
Poor
I was a
thing.
terrible mother. Although I did take her to the doctor after 3 days after she had her fever. Okay, anyway. Then
Then,
the second thing that happened last week, Ronnie and I are getting ready. He's getting ready to leave. I'm getting ready for work. So it was 6:30 in the morning. I'm sitting on the edge of the tub, naked, blow drying my hair. He's standing there naked, getting ready to get in the shower, and we hear boom. You know when lightning and thunder happen at the
at the
same
same
time?
time,
You want to see a naked man jump? That was funny. I mean, it wasn't funny, but it kind of scared me too. And he said, "Oh my God, that scared the hell out of me." I said, "Is that thunder?" He said, "Yeah." And I'm thinking to myself, well, I know we're supposed to have storms, but it's usually in the afternoon when it heats up in
yeah.
Georgia. So I got up and I looked out the window, clear sky, no wind, no rain. And I looked kind of over to the side. Guess what I saw on the ground? Pine tree limb. I said, "Oh my gosh." I said, "Ronnie, I think a tree just fell on our house." And he's been telling me for the last, since I've known him, Amy, there's really tall pine trees. Some of are leaning toward the house. They're going to fall on this house. I keep saying, no, I love my trees. No. And he keeps saying, we're got to cut them down. Well, wouldn't you know? Pine tree had grown and then kind of split into two trees, and water got down between that little
Mm,
tiny crack
got
and
rotted
got
out.
rotted. And I don't know why that was the time, but thank God we have investigated. It did not even go through into our attic. There was a stick sticking out, but it was sort of on the overhang of the house. We got lucky. And Ronnie, at this exact moment in time, he says, I got a couple big ropes from the flea market. I'm going to tie myself up. I said, well, I'm podcasting. You're going to climb up there on the roof with ropes going this way
Is
and
he
that
up there
way.
right now?
Yes, he's up on the roof right now.
Oh, Amy. Luke, be quiet.
And it doesn't look like that big deal of a tree on the side.
Yeah.
And it didn't even knock over the satellite dish. How about that?
Oh,
But it
thank
was weird
goodness.
because the way like a couple of little limbs near there, we couldn't get the upper channels but we could get the lower channels. So we had to watch the news.
It was
We
blocking
couldn't watch
your
like Flip or Flop,
bummer.
but it was like right over top of the fence. And Ronnie had to cut that section out just to get the tree down. We did have a professional tree person mother come and take down the tree and another really big tree since he was there already. I said, of course he's going to want to take out. And now Ronnie has plans to take out almost like, other than 5 trees in the front of my yard, he's going to take out every single tree. I said, it's going to look like the Lorax with all these stumps sticking out and all this mud. Anyway, so how was your last 2 weeks? I bet you it wasn't as exciting and eventful as mine.
Not quite as
Beat
that
that.
exciting. No.
But look at your tan. You were knitting on the beach yesterday, and I was so jealous.
I
Look how white I
was.
am.
I took the boys to the beach. Yeah, but you won't have wrinkles like I will. I'll be the shriveled up little
Well, that's
sister. and
Well,
you'll be the
when we go to the
pristine.
nursing home together, I'll say yes, she was the older sister and I took good care of her being the younger one. So you went to the beach.
We went to the beach, and I actually went in the water twice. It was
Is it not like
so
58 degrees? It's
no,
getting warmer?
it's like 73 or 72 degrees. It's just
That's
refreshing.
Atlantic
You get right
side.
in. There was like no seaweed in the water, and
Wow.
there was a big sandbar, so you kind of go through a little bit of ripples in the when you first get in, and then you get out there. The waves weren't huge, but every now and then these big sets would come in, so I had my flippers on and I had my boogie board and I was
The
boogie
sharks like
boarding.
sandbars, just to let you know.
I know. So
You're watching
anyway,
Shark Week.
it was fun. It was really nice. And then last night, when after we got back, we just kind of hung out a little bit, took showers and stuff, and then we went downtown to go to a
Went
little
bowling.
bowling alley. Yeah, so that was fun. I
And
forgot
are
to
you going
grab
to
my boot.
show us what you wore? You better go get them
I
right
forgot to grab
now.
them. Okay, I will go get them right.
Let's
Hang
go
on.
get them. This is usually not a stitching podcast, but since Debbie decided to repair her favorite jeans that had a rip, wait until you see how gorgeous. If you follow her on Instagram, you've already seen it.
I showed it in progress last podcast, I think,
Hmm.
but they just
You've done
weren't
a
done
lot
yet.
more though.
Yeah, I think
Those
I just had the
flowers,
3 big flowers on there before, but
that is so
uh, let's see.
that is so neat, Debbie. And really where that it reminds me like where the orange flower is with the blue underneath, it almost looks like the edge of like it almost looks like a horizon on waves with the blue below it and the kind of the
Oh,
orange and sun above it. It
really? You
reminds, and
think
then that
so?
other one over on the side looks like a little sunburst. And I love the little thistles, the little green
This one in the
with
middle
a
with the
yes.
pink.
Oh my gosh, Debbie, so cute. You ended up doing some French knots in the center, didn't you?
No, I was thinking about doing that on these white ones here. I
Oh, the
haven't.
white ones.
I haven't done that. So anyway, that was really fun.
So neat.
So I finished. That's one of my finished objects for the last 2 weeks. But I haven't had anything else real exciting. Last Sunday, I went over to Tanya's house and I helped her roll lumpia for her family reunion thing.
You helped her
And
do what?
roll lumpia.
What's that?
It's a Filipino. It's almost like an egg roll. You
Oh,
buy this
phyllo dough?
real thin, flat square, and you peel them off, and they're real thin. It's like a real thin egg roll
Yeah,
pastry. And
yeah.
then you put the meat and the veggies on there, and you fold it over, and you roll it, and you flip the edges over, and you roll it up, and it makes like a little thing that you stick in the deep fryer, or you
Ooh,
can bake
yeah.
them. And
How many did
we
she make?
rolled 580 lumpia that day. There were
What?
5 of us or so. Yeah, it was fun. It was a
How
good.
and how big of a is it for a family reunion, you said?
Well, what they do is they're planning a family reunion celebration, and they make lumpia and they package them up and they sell them to all their friends. And the proceeds that they
Oh,
make from selling the lumpia, whoa,
sorry.
that's okay.
Sorry, it was
The
a
pro
gnat.
the proceeds that they make,
It's gonna bug me the whole time.
they use to cover the costs of getting the taco guy to come, and they, covering the costs of all the things that
Oh,
they buy for the party. So
oh, very cool.
yeah, yeah. So that was fun. James helped Imani with some of her invitations for her Sweet 16 birthday party.
Oh, that
And
was
then we
nice.
swam in the pool in the afternoon, later on that afternoon. And it was a good day. It was fun. I
Nice
think
to
they're,
have friends that have pools.
I know, I think they're going to be rolling again today. So I may pop over there to help them with a little bit of it later on this afternoon.
That would be
So
fun.
yeah. But other than that, just work, work and work. What were you going to say?
I was gonna say, shall we talk about socks?
Sure. Did you mess up
You
another
know what?
pair of socks?
No, but I just wanted to tell everybody I am really glad that I was able to provide free entertainment for all those who were laughing their butts off, dropping the iPads off their laps while they were trying to knit and watch 2 and 3 times. I forget somebody messaged me and said that. Other people saying, "I needed this," and I'm thinking, "It wasn't
That
on
funny.
purpose." Hello, people. Okay, so let's talk about Luli's socks. Luli
Okay.
got the socks,
Oh,
and
she did. You sent
she
them
got the
over.
socks. I sent them off,
Okay.
and
Hi, Lee.
she hi Lee. She actually messaged me. You guys are gonna laugh. Let me see.
I
Did
remember you
she?
told me this.
Oh, I hate when you say, like, if, shoot, okay,
You
well,
can't
she
see it
sent me a
anymore?
picture of them on, yeah, but it went away. She messaged me after she saw the podcast. She says, Amy, you're going to die, but one of my feet,
It's
one
bigger.
foot is smaller than the other. So when I knit the second one on a 1.5 instead of a 2 US, she says they're going to fit me perfectly. I love mismatched socks. So she got them in the mail. She tried them on and she says, "Look, I've got ankle warmers now because we only went past the heel and didn't finish the foot." So she's popping mine in the mail. I haven't gotten it yet. It's got to cross the big pond. So I
Oh,
thought that was
God.
hilarious. Okay. So then I finished my son's sock. And we were out for Ronnie's birthday last Sunday. We met at the pizza joint. I had Levi close his eyes and take off his shoes, and he's got the stinkingest feet I've ever smelled. But anyway, I put it on and they fit.
That's your Into the World.
This is the end of the world, the ugly one, remember?
Now, why did it change below the heel?
Because I had to decrease 4 stitches because it was a little bit wide. I thought it would be because I tried it on him about this part and I said, "Oh, I need to decrease." So that's truffle from Baronvula.
Oh, my God.
So, okay, so remember the other sock I started
Yes.
and it looked like that at the
Yes.
top? I found the right needle and I ripped it back.
Yay. It looks good, Aim. They match.
So I got the
You better
heel
hope
in
he
and
doesn't watch this podcast.
well, and I told him, I said, if you're gonna watch, you better turn away. And while Levi is still turned away, sorry, I didn't give you a heads up, Levi, to turn away. I got him something, another surprise that I
For
had
what?
to special order from Neely's Knits. I told you about it since we're
Oh,
talking about socks for Levi. I'm not gonna explain. I'm
this
not
is
gonna.
for Christmas, right? You think
This for
maybe you'll do this for
Christmas.
Christmas. Oh, yes.
Self striping,
Yes.
school colors.
Yes. Well, you kind of gave it away now.
Well, he knows his school colors, but he doesn't know what. And this is for the heels and the toes.
Oh, perfect.
I cannot wait.
That's
Maybe
going to
he'll
look
wear
so
them with
cool.
his slides and his shorts on game day, like on those Fridays they have games. Maybe they'll be good
Yes.
luck for him.
Awesome. Do you want to see my finished socks
Yes,
that I finished
socks. I
last
thought you
night?
finished one. Oh, you
I
were on the second one? Wow. Debbie's using 9-inch circs for the first time. Very beautiful. That's the Solar Eclipse colorway. And that was not on Sparkle. My Solar Eclipse on Sparkle was a lot more vibrant, but that came out really
you
cool.
were concerned about one looking darker than the other, maybe?
Love it.
They're not.
Was
They're
it? They're
perfect.
not. Okay, good. Then I
They're
dyed it pretty well.
perfect. I'm not
I
quite
like the
sure.
neon pops.
I
They
know. I'm not
pulled
quite
kind of
sure.
weird.
This one pulled a little differently. It didn't spiral there. Maybe I was just knitting a little bit looser. Maybe I was tired one night or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
But you can see
that
I
makes a
made
big
the
difference.
number of stitches on the foot is 2 stitches less than the number of stitches on the leg.
Oh,
And you
you
can see,
decreased
yes, look at the
how
difference.
the
It kind of,
how it pulls.
yeah, or it
Oh,
doesn't
almost
pull.
micro stripe.
Yeah,
Those blue pops.
it's very
Very nice,
cool.
Debbie. So, all right. So you've knit a full pair of socks on 9-inch circs. What do you think?
Cuff down too.
Cuff down. That's right. Everything was very, very different for Debbie. So what'd you think?
For straight up stockinette plain socks, I
Which is all
really
you do, basically.
I really like the 9-inch circs a lot.
Yeah.
They go really fast, and I didn't get second sock syndrome. The first one was done so quickly. It was like
I
three
know.
days. I was done.
Yes.
that I cast
Mhm.
on the second one and just started going, and it didn't feel like it
Yep.
took me a long time to get them done. I really
That's
liked it.
great.
And I
Great.
went back to Miss Susan B. Anderson's operation. What does she call it? Smooth operator
Smooth
sock.
operator socks. Yeah.
And I reread her Kitchener thing. She doesn't do the setup rows for the Kitchener. She just goes right into the Kitchener. And she
What do you mean
had,
setup rows?
you know how usually you do a purl the front and don't take it off, and knit the back and don't take
Right.
it off, and then you
Yeah.
do the
Right.
knit take off purl.
Yes.
She doesn't do
Yeah.
that first step. She goes right into knit off purl, purl off knit.
Uh-huh.
And it
Yeah.
helps to decrease that little bump on the corner.
But also isn't the knit two together on the last round, instead of knitting one, then slip, slip, knit, and then knit two together, knit one. If you do the decrease on the very first two stitches, that helps decrease the bump. That's what Mother had said.
Oh, that's a good idea. I hadn't done that.
I think she does that in the pattern, her pattern though, doesn't she?
I would have to look at it again. I don't remember seeing that,
Okay.
but maybe she does. I just haven't looked at the
Yeah.
full pattern in a while.
Yeah,
But I went
on the
back
last round when you're decreasing, you do
because
that. Don't knit
I
the
knew she had Kitchener in that pattern, and I
Mhm.
knew she had a little bit of a twist to it. So I went back to that pattern and I looked at it, and she said, "You'll never have to memorize Kitchener again if you remember this. If the knit side is facing you, and the purl side on the back side, right? You have knit stitches
Mhm.
in the front, and the wrong side is
Yeah.
purl stitches
You
on the
knit
back.
first.
You do
Knit,
knit,
slip,
purl,
purl.
purl, knit." I don't know why I never that now it's in my brain. I don't have to ever look it up again.
I knew knit, slip, purl, purl, slip, knit, but I had it on the wrong needles. That's why mine was inside out for the first year I was knitting socks.
Oh,
So Sue of Legacy Fiber Arts and Chelsea, they have socks. I gifted them last
like
year.
the
They
little
have
pearl
very
bumps.
one of a kind. They've got little pearl bumps around the top of the toe. But the inside is very smooth. They would
That's
never even know.
okay.
It's perfect. I think Kitchener maybe should have done it that way initially.
Yes. So I really liked how they turned out. And actually, after I knit the first sock, I thought it was maybe a little bit too short. I was really excited to get it done, and I put the toe on too soon. So on the
Oh,
second sock, I knit more straight rows before I put the toe on. So I had to go back and pull out the toe on the second one and
yeah.
add more.
I think if that's the only mistake, well, mistake. Who Amy talking about mistakes with socks. The only mistakes, that's one of the only mistake that I realize that I'm doing at the time is maybe closing the
Closing it too
toe a little
soon.
too soon.
Yeah.
Well, I had started a sock before it was after I hurt my back, before I came to California. I was doing a new pattern, my own, with a lot of slip stitches, and then I had big old fat cankles, and I was like, this is never going to fit me. Well, I even got past the heel. I was on the foot part, and I was just like, it's not going to even fit me with no cankle. So I ripped it back. Ripped it back to the whole thing out until back to the cuff, and I re-knit a sock using Pretty Little Sea Monsters from Artistic Lily
That's beautiful.
and roller derby. It says it blowing out.
Yeah.
Roller derby from
Primrose?
Primrose Yarn Company. And I finished a sock.
I like that one, Aim.
So this is just a very simple, and I'll write up the pattern. I mean, I'm waiting till I finish the second sock because I need to weigh how much for the heel and the toe that I used,
Mm-hmm.
because I like to have as accurate as I can. But this one fits beautifully.
You must not have
But
a very high instep with I
I
need
I know,
I'm
but
still
you're still trying to figure it out.
well, no, I'm still I know how to do it with the Fish Lips Kiss Heel. Yeah, that looks great. Oh, it's so pretty. I know how to do it with the Fish Lips Kiss Heel, but I'm worried, I have these tubes that I knit
Okay,
and I
Debbie,
still haven't put the
you
heels in.
need to measure, but from the thickest part of your heel
And I have these
across the top
still.
of your foot.
Remember these?
Yes, Debbie, why haven't you gotten those done?
I don't
What is your
know.
measurement from the top, from the thickest part of your heel across the top of your foot?
Thickest part of my
Just
heel. What do you mean by that?
like from like there across to there.
Oh, you want me to measure that right now?
Yeah,
Ar-
measure it. I'm gonna measure mine. Just
Around?
relax your like from the top of your ankle across the very tip of your heel, the widest part.
Okay, here we go. Let's see if I can get this to work.
Barefoot.
You're gonna, my word, I got fat feet. Almost 12 and a half inches.
Mine's 12 inches. I would have never guessed that was 12
Me
inches.
neither. That's huge.
So you're really a half inch bigger than mine. How big is your ankle? Just above your ankle bone.
Okay, just a minute.
Okay,
Measure
we're
it
going to do
again.
breast measurements in just a minute. So everybody just hang right on, okay? I bet you mine takes the cake.
You guys really don't care about this. We know that, but
Yes, it's very
we're on a
important. I
roll.
think everybody should measure their instep. We should
It's
have a
about, mine's about 12 and a half at the instep. Okay, just above the ankle bone, like the
yeah,
skinniest part of my
like the
ankle.
smallest part of your ankle.
9, 8 and 3
9
quarters.
Okay, mine's 9. Debbie, you do have a high instep. Well, I don't know. I mean, just
I tried to
comparatively to
tell
mine.
you. I tried
I
to
don't know why
tell you.
I couldn't figure out why my socks were like, but we were the same size foot. Don't I mean shoe, don't you?
Yes, 9.
Like 8.5, 9-ish?
Well, I'm not an 8.5. I'm a 9.
Well, I'm a 9. That just depends on.
You just don't want to be that big. So you say pretend 8.5. You're
I
kidding
want to
yourself.
be
You're trying to kid yourself.
that big. Okay,
It's
just
only
saying.
it's only a number.
That's what most men say when they say they're 9 inches.
Right.
Bull crappy Lulu. Okay, so this was a successful sock. So you
So,
guys, I know people who probably don't watch us, maybe for the first time have said, and this girl's got patterns out there. God, if her socks that she knits for family and friends look like that, I'm not going to get one of her patterns because she doesn't know what she's doing. I just am not paying attention most of the time, and you pick up the wrong needle,
so
then that's
how do
what
you know
happens.
once you like I'm afraid if I don't pick the right spot that it's
Okay,
not going to be
so
my foot's
this is
going to
what
be too big.
now we're going to need everybody can reply who people that know socks. Grab one of the ones behind you that you just finished. Okay, this is what I would do. I would measure from the toe, of course, not on the blocker, measure from the toe to the very point where you switch over from going up one to the other on the heel. You know what I'm saying? The center point. From the toe to the center point.
So right here?
No, to the corner. Turn it sideways.
Oh, side.
Turn it the other way. Yes.
Bossy.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, like from tip to tip. Yes, that's what I would measure. And
From
that's what
here to
no.
here?
Yes. Maybe not. Maybe
No,
down.
because you got to put the heel in. You got to start here because then you
Yeah,
start
yeah,
knitting the
okay.
heel, right?
So measure that right now. See what that is. Let me get a measurement of where mine is.
Should I start? I need to start where I start increasing for my little gusset, right?
Oh, you put a gusset in there?
Well, I
Oh,
put
I don't know. You do yours. Yes, you do yours a little different.
see,
Yes, I
I
guess
add
so.
stitches. So if this is where I want the heel to start, because I'm going to go around several rounds to make that
Yes.
extra depth,
Yes.
I think I need to start at the beginning
Okay.
of that. Okay, you sock mom, maybe I need to call you. Or you sock expert sock knitters. If we're wrong, I'm going to wait until the podcast is up for a little bit to look at comments. If I'm wrong that I should be measuring to, I'm pretty sure that's right. Okay, so for me, it's about, see, this doesn't seem right. 6.5?
That's not right. Mine's, well, no, that might be right, Debbie. Mine's 7.25, but I don't do a little gusset.
Okay, if I go right to the corner of my fish lips kiss heel after I do the gusset, right to the
Yes.
corner point right there,
Yes.
let me measure that. I'm sorry, I don't have a flat spot to work with really here. 7.75 almost.
Okay. See? So 6.5 to 7. Boy, you have 1.25 inches.
I have about an inch of the gusset increases.
All right. Well, then that makes sense. That's where I do it then. I do it at 6.5, Debbie.
6.5 or 7.5? To the
You
corner
first of the gusset, you said it was 6.5 from the end of the toe, right? because you need to put the gusset in there first.
I'm just going to have to knit almost an inch around before I start decreasing then.
Or a half inch. Don't you do it on the other side too?
Yes. The decrease, I don't decrease as much on the leg because I like more stitches on my leg than I do on my foot.
See, that's the problem with the way you do. Nobody
Customizing.
else has that. Nobody does it
Okay,
else
so
that way.
somebody
Maybe there's
answer,
other people that do it.
should I cut the distance between, maybe I should look at Miss Susan B. Anderson, expert. I should look at her pattern. The distance from the toe to where you start cutting in your heel, should it be where I do start the fish lips kiss heel, or should it be where I start the increases to get enough stitches to get to the fish lips kiss heel? Okay, moving on. Enough of
Okay,
our
moving on.
sock problems.
Those aren't problems. Those are good questions. And
Yes.
I need to finish my one that I brought out to California, my long stripy
Oh, that's
sock
so
tube
cute.
that I have two. This is Miss Babs
Yeah.
purple. So I've got two heels. I just need to finish the foot
Oh
and
my
then
gosh.
then I could put in the toes and then I'll have another pair of socks.
Are you going to go all the way down to the cuff?
Yes. Oh yeah, I already have feet. I have to go up the leg. Yes, that's what I'm doing. Up the leg to the cuff.
Isn't that interesting? Right where your heel is, you can see it pulls in on the rest of the sides of the
Yes. You
sock.
can
See,
see
for
that.
me,
Yep,
that would
right
not,
here.
yeah, that would not work for me. I have to be wider there.
Hmm. I guess you could hold on, let me try on. I mean, I know it's gonna be floppy, but let me try on.
Oh my.
Ooh, and there's all these, wait a minute.
You got all
All
kinds
the
of.
ends are sticking between my toes.
Didn't you carry the yarn?
No, I've got 3 different stripes of 4 or 5 different kinds of yarns, remember?
Amy. Oh my
I
gosh.
know. Oh yeah, well it does fit me. Boy, I did a long leg this time.
Uh-huh.
But it fits in the heel.
Yeah. Yeah, see, it probably wouldn't fit me. That small of a heel probably wouldn't fit me.
I don't like this leg that long.
How
That's
long did you
okay.
do it?
I did until I got to the heel. Well, my little measures get wore out, isn't it? From the end of the cuff to where I started the heel was about 8¼ inches.
Yeah,
That's too long. I don't
I
like
think
it. That's too long.
if I would do anything different about these socks, I would have made the cuff longer, the leg longer.
Really? You like them long? I don't like them so long.
Mine's only about 6.5 inches.
That's kind of
I
where I like mine, about 6.5.
I like mine about 7.5. I like mine to come up to towards the top of the blocker.
Oh, okay.
So, anyways, okay. So, what's next?
So I showed you my Maze and Maze socks
Yes.
last time. And so the middle of the week, Melissa, Knitty by Nature, we're talking on Instagram, and she's just like, I love knitting hats. You just need to make a Maze and Maze hat pattern. I swear, she enables me all the time, just like the Christmas in July. Within 24 hours of talking about Christmas in July, I was dyeing up 18 kits of minis for Christmas in July because of her.
You need to give her a commission and call her your artistic director because
She's
that's
my
what she
artistic
is.
director. Wait, she's going to send me an email next time because it's going to be way too much to type on a private message of all the things that she expects me to get done before the end of the year design-wise. So I did. I made a Maze and Maze hat.
It's so cute, Amy. Look at that pom pom.
And it's a
Is that the
a
pom
little
pom you got
slouchy.
in Rhinebeck?
I don't think I bought a pom-pom Rhinebeck, did I? You bought the pom-poms in Rhinebeck, the big 6-inch ones. I wanted one of those. I don't know where I got this.
I just
It
got
was
one.
hanging up on my thing.
Look at my pom
Yes.
pom.
Yes.
This is
That's
Soprano
Knits.
Yeah.
Herringbone hat? No, what did she call it?
Red herring.
Red herring. Yeah, I did one too. It's up there on my stack of stuff. So anyway, this was tea and crumpets from Yarn Cafe Creations. And then I picked out I had another, this is DK Weight. that it was a little too light. It didn't show enough of the contrast.
Mm-hmm.
So I held a pink and a bright orange together to make the other color. So in the pattern, I have weights for if you want to use the contrast color 2 fingering weights held together. I have the weights for that. Or if you just want to use DK, because Melissa knitted it again and she got the weights for me. So hers came out really pretty too. And then it just shows you can just you know, do as many repeats as you want to have more slouch if you want. So
Right. And you have that
all
up on
right,
Ravelry now?
it's on Ravelry now. Maze Maze hat.
Well, I finally got my pattern on Ravelry too.
Yes, thank goodness. Oh, while you're showing that, let me go get the yarns.
Okay.
Okay, keep talking.
Okay, so if you guys remember, I had a wild hair that I wanted to knit a skirt for Rhinebeck. I wanted a Rhinebeck skirt. And so I talked to Amy about what I had in my head, the vision of the colors, and she did a first pass. Of course, I said, those are pretty, but they don't really match what's in my. So I was very particular to her about what I wanted for this yarn. And so she over dyed the 4 skeins again, got them a little bit more vibrant, got them a little bit more to match.
I was so proud of the first set, and then she's like, not really what I pictured. I'm like, of course it's not.
Well,
Back to the dying pots.
you were very kind to try and accommodate my vision,
I
and
tried to.
when you got it,
Yeah,
like it was
yeah,
perfect,
yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
So you guys have all seen this on Instagram. I've had it finished for a while. I've been waiting to get some collaborations worked out, and I have now. So Lamb Strings yarn, Shauna has.
Did you
some,
tell what it was?
not yet. I'm
Well,
gonna
do
show
that.
it. Okay, so
And then you
this
can tell about the collaborations.
this is my Rhinebeck skirt.
It's called the Marled
Marled
Fade.
fade skirt.
Isn't that so beautiful? I love the little slit on the side.
The back.
Slits are on both sides, right?
Slits are on both sides.
So cute, Debbie. And the seed stitch makes it flare out just a tiny bit cute as pie. I love it.
So
And
if
really
you
the hardest part of
remember,
the skirt for you was writing down all of the decreases and stuff for the waistband, right?
yes, I was stymied for a little while because
This is not a hard skirt to knit. It was
no,
just all of, but when you print it off, there'll be several pages because it's a very wordy explanation, because that's all you could use is really
right.
words to explain how to do it.
And so the pattern originally I was just going to put out there what I did and let people worry about customizing it for themselves. But as soon as I started writing down what I did, then I figured, well, I'll just explain how I did it, and then people can do it for themselves. And so
plug in their own numbers.
The pattern has actual little calculations with blanks of where to put in your measurement, how to calculate the number of rows you're going to need, how many decreases it's very customizable for your body shape and size. And let me tell you, this garter stitch is so forgiving. I mean, it's so stretchy. It doesn't really, on me, there's no ease. Like, it just kind of hangs down. But if you want a little bit of negative ease, or you don't want any ease, you can knit it a little bit bigger than it doesn't really matter how it ends up, because you can always block. I didn't block this at all. You can always block
it bigger if it's a little too snug.
Yes, if it's a little too snug.
Or if you want to wear leggings or something underneath and need a little more space.
So you can kind of see, can you see the decreases there?
Yes, yes.
And then I folded over, I did a row of purls on the top edge, and then I folded over and I picked up stitches on the inside and knitted this down.
You put the I-cord in there before you knit it over top.
So I didn't have to weave it through. I just held the I-cord there, and Mom actually made a really, really long I-cord for me, so I just doubled it. I held the 2 I-cords together, and I stuck it in there as I knitted it closed. So
I love it.
So Shauna from Lamb Strings Yarn has put together 4 different color combinations. Let me see if I can pull them up. I posted on Instagram. And then Nicole from Hue Loco, the 5th color's for the waistband. So.
And then Hue Loco, Nicole, did the same.
Oh my gosh, I just got a message from her at 9 o'clock this morning. She said, Debbie, from Nicole, the fade set will be listed Friday the 11th in the shop update. So coming soon from Nicole is
great
colors from her. Let me go back to where I posted the colors from Lamb Strings Yarn. She did an amazing job.
Oh, love that. So you could either use the white as the waistband or the
Or the
dark
dark,
charcoal as the
right.
waistband.
It's actually
Either
a
of those
dark,
work.
like purple.
Oh,
So go
nice.
to Lamb Strings Yarn to see her fade kits. And did you see this post of mine?
Yes. I can't believe that.
Isn't
Isn't that
that
funny?
crazy? It like matches
Yes.
exactly the Needles Up logo.
So a month and a half ago, or when it not even month, maybe not month and a half, I said, well, I'm gonna make a couple kits for Debbie's skirt in case somebody wants to use maybe not really similar colors, but
Oops.
4 colors, and I have 4. I have 2 of these kits in my shop right now. So mine starts with a, I wish it wasn't so blown out. It's pretty bright today in
That's
Georgia.
beautiful.
Greens with speckles of teal. And then this one,
Mm-hmm.
which is greens and kind of pops of orange speckles. And then this one, which has a little bit of green and orange as well.
Kind of
And
peachy.
then this one. Yep.
That's pretty.
So this is an option if anybody wants them. And if it doesn't sell as a kit, somebody had asked me earlier, I'll sell them individually. But I'm gonna leave it in the shop at least another couple weeks, and if nobody wants them, then I'll break them up. How's that
Okay.
sound?
That sounds good. I pulled something from the sweater bin.
Finally, it's about time.
Well, I know you said you wanted me to show some of the older stuff that I had knit a while
Oh, the
ago.
sweater bin. I thought you were going to talk about your Madewell. You're going to talk about that too, or you haven't?
I
You've
had
decided you're going to try to work on those sleeves, right?
Yes, I have that on my table
Okay.
here because that's something that's going to be an upcoming work in progress. That now that I've got your socks done and um, that skirt up on Ravelry and everything,
And your stitching done.
my stitching's
Yep.
done. Yeah, so I'm trying to like check off the list. You know, I
That's
wrote
good.
down all my whips that I have currently, and I'm trying to go through
That's
them
good.
and clear them off before
So
I
you pulled
start any new.
something out of the sweater bin. I've got
I
a
did.
something
Oh, you know
sweater
what I was going to
related to show
do?
too.
I was going to. How's your cardigan coming?
I haven't worked on it.
Why?
My hoodie shawl cardigan because I'm busy correcting sock boo-boos
Problems.
problems before I forget that there's a problem or put them down and later on pick them up and say, what did I do wrong? I mean, I know I did something wrong. How do I fix it? So I have it right here. I'm going to work on that. I really want to work on that because it's been a lot of fun.
I don't think I made a project page for this cardigan. And I don't remember. Oh, it's not going to be very helpful for me to show something. If people really like it, then they want to knit it and they can't find it. I'll have to put it in the notes at the bottom or something because
Well, and all I
I
have to
know
do
I
is
have
search the
it.
pattern on Ravelry
I
because
don't
it
know
came
the
from
name of the
Ravelry,
I
right?
don't know the name of the pattern.
Oh,
I
well,
got
show it
it.
to us anyway.
I actually saw this sample at a yarn store, a local yarn store, and they had the yarn and everything. It's a commercial yarn, and the pattern was right there, and I liked the pattern, but I wanted to modify it a little bit because well, you know me,
Like me.
it wasn't
Yeah.
exactly the way I wanted it.
Yeah.
So this is the sweater. I'll put it on so you can kind of see it.
You wear that a lot. It's in the
You
bin.
know, it was in the
Now's a
bin.
good
I
time to
forgot
wear.
about it. It's a perfect time
It
to
looks
wear it
really,
now.
I know, summery time because it looks kind of holy and
It's with,
cool enough.
yes, it's with thick
Is
and
it linen?
thin yarn. I don't know the yarn. No, it's not linen, but
Debbie, I think I remember you knitting that. Was that in the last couple years? Yes, I remember you knitting that.
my modification
Ah,
is I made this a little bit more of like
covering.
a V neck, more gradual. I think it came up straighter and had more of a
Ah,
scoop neck, I think. So isn't it cute?
it is cute. I think that's the one. Didn't that stuff come from the yarn store everything was 50 to 75% off because they were closing?
No, no,
Because
this
you
was
got a blue striped yarns
right.
for a
Yeah, I made a
different
blue
sweater
striped
there.
sweater.
Oh,
So,
that's
and
cute. That
it's
looks like
like
it knit up quick.
3/4,
3/4
yes. It knit very quickly
inset
and
sleeves.
Inset sleeves. Yeah. It's all totally seamed, so you knit the front and the back, the two fronts and the
That's
back,
cute.
and the sleeves, and then you inset the sleeves. And it was a little bit challenging to seam this bugger because of
Yeah.
the thick and thin yarn.
Yeah.
But it's a really
Maybe
neutral
you need to take that
color.
out with you before it gets too
Yeah, so
cool in the
I like
evenings. That's
it.
pretty. I like it too.
I could even like wear it to work
It's
on
nice
top
with
of.
a tan.
Yeah. So that's from the bin. And
From the
I'm
bin.
sorry, I thought I had it in my projects. I have all my, my notebook up there with all the patterns that I've made.
Mm-hmm.
I'll search through there. I'm pretty sure I still have it. And I think
Okay.
it was Sirdar maybe makes a thick, thin yarn. I can't remember the name of the yarn. But anyways.
Well, speaking of finished sweaters, do you remember the kit that we bought at Rhinebeck that you twisted my arm to buy, the box suite that
Yes.
was
Are you
$220?
going to show
And
that?
I am. And we started, and Debbie did 3 diamonds, and I did like 35 diamonds. Well, then Nana, the creator of the
Yay!
Nana Beck sweaters, she asked
Nana!
me, I never asked her, but she said, do you want me to finish that sweater? I said, Mom, this is a huge undertaking. I don't even want, no, I was never going to ask you that. She says, send it to me.
She is all
She
one for a
finished
challenge.
it.
She just gets in there and
I have
figures it
got my
out.
second Nana Beck sweater for Rhinebeck.
It's beautiful. Wow. It's really
Isn't
pretty.
that incredible? Here's one of the sleeves, and here's the back.
That's so cool, Amy.
It reminds me something of almost like a quilt pattern,
Yes.
like
And
a geometric.
she said when she put that thing together, she said it was quite
An
she had
interesting knit. I mean, you
yeah,
knit on the diagonal and how the construction of it,
yeah.
very well written. The construction of it, it just all the piece because you do it all
Come
in
together.
flat. Don't you? I don't
Yes.
even
But
know. I
then
don't
you
even want
like
to
it
ask.
like folds over and then you seam one seam and it's like all I don't know either. I think the
It's
seams are up under the arm is where this main seam is.
oh,
Up the
okay.
side and under the arm. It's
But
beautiful.
isn't that spectacular? So
Yay, Nana.
I'm going to have something incredible to wear. And if I
And
lose more
and
weight, I
guess
can
what?
wear with leggings. And you sent off hers because she said she'd knit it for you.
She
She did.
took mine too.
We're going to have 2 Nanabeck sweaters.
Yeah.
But just think, we will have this sweater and the other sweat. Well, you did your other Rhinebeck sweater. I had her finish my other Rhinebeck sweater. I have not yet to this day knit a whole sweater for myself for
You need
Rhinebeck.
to finish that. Get on that.
That's why I need to do my hoodie shawl cardigan because I think that's would be really good. Do you have any? I know this is a stupid question. Do you have any skeins
Whips?
in the closet?
No.
You have some whips?
Well, I have my Luli socks that I'm knitting on, and the only skeins that I bought since I said I was going to work from stash, the only
Right?
skeins I bought were for my potato chip wrap design. So
Ah,
I don't really count those because I didn't buy them
because they're
for
first
just to sit in the
just
stash.
because.
Like I bought them and
Right.
I knit them for a
To
pattern
use.
and they were
Perfect.
done. But I did want to
Okay.
kind of show I've pulled a couple things from my stash that I'm like I won't let myself
Still thinking
cast
about.
them on until I'm finished with my sleeves. I think I need to finish my sweater before I cast anything new on. That's going to be a
Okay.
challenge. But I pulled down
I
my
think that's a
Mrs.
smart idea.
Babs.
Oh, Debbie.
Is that not the most gorgeous? Look at all the colors in that. And I got a
I should have
butter
gotten that one.
yellow
I
to go
know.
with that.
To match. What
So
you gonna make with that?
I don't know. Each one has 560 yards.
I know they're huge. Are they worsted?
No, this
No,
is her
DK.
Kira base. It's a heavy fingering, so it's almost like
Okay. 150 grams, maybe. Is that what it is?
let me see here. What does it say? Miss
Maybe it
Babs
doesn't have it
Kira
in
heavy
the grams.
fingering, 100%, 8.3 ounces. I don't know what that means.
Wow. Well, one skein is usually about 3.5 ounces.
4 ounces. So this is like I don't know,
Double.
two.
Ooh,
But
wow.
the rich purple
Mm-hmm. And the blue.
and the blue and the gold and the
Gold.
red. Look at that.
So pretty.
And even in here, it's got some greens.
Mm.
So when
Wait.
I bought this, what I had in mind for this was another Party on My Needles from Hohi,
Oh.
where
Mm-hmm.
it's, you have the main wrap and then you put little stripes at the
Mm-hmm.
bottom. I
Mm-hmm.
was going to do the stripes in this butter, yellow. This would make a really cute baby sweater too. I would have plenty left over if I use this as just a
Mm-hmm.
contrast
Yep.
for this.
Yep.
So that's like what I've been thinking about. Another thing I bought at Rhinebeck that I wanted to show again is this primrose yarn.
I forgot that you had gotten that. Both of those skeins are primrose?
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty, Debbie. I forgot you got those.
And this has also got red and gold and green
Yep.
in it. I was in a fall color mood. I wonder why at Rhinebeck.
Wonder why. Oh my gosh, it was beautiful that weekend, wasn't it?
It was so beautiful. This is more of a 3-ply. This is a sport weight yarn. So I thought this would make a really cute baby sweater too with some stripes.
That would make a really cute baby. Why are we talking about baby
I don't
sweaters?
know. We have a couple people around that have babies coming.
Yes.
So I don't know. Maybe. Or I might just make a
Okay.
shawl out of that, make more of a heavier weight wrap out of this. This is, how many yards is in this? 328 yards. So I might have to, if I did like another one, like one of Hohi's patterns,
Mm-hmm.
I might have to stripe
Add a
more
third.
of this in as I'm going
Mm-hmm.
and not just do this at the end.
Just modify it.
Or
That's
maybe
all
I'll
I do.
just make up my own pattern and just,
Do it.
I don't know. So
Go for it.
that's what I've been dreaming about knitting.
Well, I have something that I couldn't, you know how much I'm a fan of sock blanks.
Look at this beautiful sock blank right here.
I know. I know.
This would make a
And
gorgeous baby sweater.
it really would.
Or a little dress, all the different multicolored, be like a
Yes,
tie-dye
it would.
dress.
And I
Okay.
think when I was knitting from sock blanks in the past, I was not doing uh
You were doing
stockinette.
socks.
I wasn't doing vanilla socks. And when
Uh,
you have the wiggliness of the yarn and it changes your gauge and you're trying to stripe in other things and trying to bite off more than you can chew, which at the time I didn't think was more than I can chew. I said, this damn sock blank, it's just not my cup of tea. Well, it was probably not the sock blank, looking back. So I thought I was on Instagram and I was totally enabled by Kelly, who is Lakeside Yarn, and she dyed up a sock blank that I couldn't just let it leave there and sit there in the shop. I had to have it. So I did. I bought it.
oh, Amy, that's going to make the prettiest. Are you going to do socks with it? You
I'm
should.
gonna do socks. I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna do socks.
Is it
Maybe,
a single?
it's a single.
Oh, Aim, that's really cool.
Isn't that
That's
neat?
gonna that's gonna with that zigzag pattern and the overlapping colors,
Yeah,
that's gonna
with the little white
make
dots.
little stripes, I think.
Maybe. I can't wait. So I have somebody else and I have to look her up. I can't remember. She says, I don't know about sock blanks. I said, well, when I start knitting my socks from sock blank, you've got to get yours out and we're going to try it together. And she said, okay. And not only did Kelly sent me this and I thought it was lost. And I said, has it been sent? She said, yes, darling, be patient. And I said, well, I don't want her to tell me that. But she stuck in something for a giveaway, which was so sweet
Oh.
of her. I know there's crinkling, but I want to take it out of the bag, and I should have prepared and done this before we started recording.
And we haven't
But why
talked
do
about
that?
anything from the group.
Oh shoot.
Do we have stuff to talk about from the group?
Yes.
I have to apologize. I've been so negligent in our group. Lakeside
Yes, you
Yarn.
have. Me too.
I know, I've been terrible.
This is 75/25 merino nylon, 425 meters. It's called Kingfisher.
Look at that rainbow. That's a cool
I
card.
know, isn't that pretty? Okay.
Oh my gosh. I think I need to have that. I think I need to win the giveaway.
I think you're full of it. You don't need any. You've got other colors like that in your stash that you can use.
I know. Oh my God.
It's
Beautiful.
so soft. It almost feels like it's got cashmere in it, no lie. Isn't that beautiful? So we're
That's
going to
really
stick this in
pretty.
one of our giveaways. Thank you, Kelly. How sweet are you?
I feel like
That's
we
very
should do a
sweet.
spontaneous.
Do you know what? You didn't check because I was over on Ravelry this morning. We hit the 2,000 member mark. We're over 2,000 members.
Okay, we need to
Should we give this away for our 2,000 member mark?
Yes, and we need to pull it from
Okay.
the introductions thread because not everybody introduces themselves.
That's right. So in a week, how about we do this?
No,
Next
right
week.
now.
Oh, I love that kind of spontaneous.
Right now.
Okay, you get up the generator.
Okay.
And I'll
Because
get up Ravelry.
we're going to do it again directly from the introductions thread. So if you want a chance to win something, spur of the moment, as we like to do things, get in there and introduce yourself.
It's too late now to win anything right this moment.
Yes, but next time,
in the future,
get in there and start chatting.
So 2,033 members.
I know, but that's not what we're doing. How many are in the introductions thread?
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. All right, we have 246 posts. So
only 10% of you have introduced yourselves.
Yes. Shame.
Okay.
Okay, 2 to 246.
246. 223. That better not be one of us replying.
Okay, 223.
It's probably in the second to last page.
That's exactly where I'm going. I'm going to page 9.
223.
223 is. Hope they didn't say anything. Okay, 223. Minerva's Bliss. She says, "Hi, ladies. I'm Mina from Turku, Finland, where I live with my 8-year-old son. Love your podcast and congrats on 1-year podcast birthday, Mina."
Yay, Mina! You win that beautiful Skein.
Mina, yeah, so I'm going to write down so I can.
You got to message her. We're going to, hopefully she'll watch the podcast and she'll get back to us quickly.
Skein from Kelly. Cool. All right, I like spontaneous things. Okay, speaking of admin type stuff.
Yes.
Can we talk admin stuff? Okay, moving to the country shawl, which Christy, it's her first pattern, beautiful pattern.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna find it so you can show it. We are hosting the knit along, which runs through August with the Naughty Knitwits, I think was the other group, and Dragon Horde Yarn and Her, Girls in the Yarn Cafe, and also in our group, Periscoping Sisters on Ravelry. There is a thread.
What's her Instagram again? I just
Yarn Cafe Creations.
Yarn Cafe, that's right. Sorry, I don't know why. I just duh.
It's called Moving to the Country Shawl Knit Along.
I'm gonna find it in her Instagram because I know she's posted pictures of it.
So we're gonna pull from that thread a random number. So chat, post your yarn, post your progress, post your FOs. There's only going to be one. Yes. So cute. Triangular shawl. And she's actually working on her second one. I think it's something has to do with John Deere. She's really loving the country, obviously. I think she needs to make a shawl that's called cow patties. Because I would knit it if it was cow patties.
Let's all knit a cow patty shawl.
Let's knit a cow patty shawl. And we'll wear our potato chip wrap underneath while we're knitting. Okay, so just some admin stuff about Indigo Color Company. I did some minis. There's a few left. They're called Why Can't Witches Have Babies?
Because their husbands have Halloweenies.
Yes, they do. They do have Halloweenies. This is called the Halloweenies mini set.
Pretty. Ooh, that middle one. I like that middle one with the red and the purple and the brown.
So we've got a gold, we've got pinks, we've got this reds and browns, this purples and kind of greenish, and then of course ghouly green. So this isn't so scary, but this is one of the Halloween mini colorway sets. I'm going to be doing another ghoulish colored mini sets in a little while. Not right now.
Okay.
I also have my Sexy Sips Sock Club, which is a 3-month club.
And people,
And
I've seen the first two, and you're not going to want to miss it. I saw sneak peeks, and they are, I think, Amy, I think these two colors, well, at least the second one, the one that you just finished,
yeah,
is the favorite, my favorite of what you've dyed to date, I think.
yeah. You think? You like them?
Yes, I like it a lot.
So these are colorways based around sexy cocktails, and you'll not only get a skein of yarn that represents the colorway, but you're also going to get the recipe. So if you'd like to make it yourself, you'll have a recipe. And the names we came up, well, we didn't come up with it. They're actual names of
They're
drinks.
names of the
So
drinks.
I'm not going to tell you them because then
Don't.
you'll look them up and then you'll be able to see. So it's
Yeah,
going to be
don't
totally
spoil it.
surprised. There were 10 spots, but before I went to bed, the last one sold out. So
Yay.
what did I do? Being smart like I am,
You opened
I
up more
put up
slots.
I not for this one, but I
Oh,
opened up for this one coming up is going to be September, October, November. So I've opened another 10 slots for the new year, January, February, March. So you can go and get one of those slots because when 10 is done, 10 is done. And we're going to continue because there's lots of very sexy mixed drinks out there. So I'm
yes.
sure I'll find more.
Yes.
So, because coming in December, and we'll talk more about it, I'm actually, ever since I started dyeing back in March, I've been working on, I guess you could call it sort of an advent kit, which is
12.
very time consuming. And it's going to be called a partridge in a skein tree. So, there's going to be 12 minis, 10, 20-gram minis, 12 of them. And you're going to get a Mr. Indigo's bags, and you're going to get a full skein of yarn and maybe a little surprise pattern that only people that get the Advent kit, I don't know what you should call it, an Advent kit, half an Advent kit, can really get. So I'm thinking once Ronnie and I are going to Tybee Island, just the two of us for a whole week at the beach over Labor Day week.
Wow.
So I think when we get back from Labor Day week, I'm going to probably get the Advent kit up in the shop because I know people are starting to think about Advent kits, and it's not like, I mean, unless you are independently wealthy, you can't just buy 3 and 4 Advent kits.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get them up early enough so people can decide if they maybe want to do which ones they want to do, because I've seen there's some others out there, which is really great. Sue, of course, is going to do hers again this year.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's just coming in the future. So that will be that will keep me busy getting all those out in December. So the Sexy Sip Sock Club, if you want to sign up, the next availability for that will be for the January, February, March of 2018 subscription.
Good. Great.
And I think that's all I have. Hey, Skylin.
You want to see my?
I
I'll
think
just
she
show you
wanted to show her new
the.
Barbie dressed up.
Oh, okay, and I'm going to show you the progress on my Luli socks. I'm doing these tandem. So this is the one, and I was working on this one a little bit
So,
yesterday.
are you loving that bright, cheery colors?
I am. This is the first
Bring me a girl.
hedgehog fiber from the Hedgehog Sock Club that I'm actually knitting up.
Pretty.
And this is
I think
the
that was popsicle or
I can't
something.
remember. I broke it into 2 balls so long ago, and it was sitting on my shelf.
That is beautiful.
Isn't that pretty?
And it looks like it's so easy, but it looks
It's super simple. It's not
and easy to
complicated
memorize.
at all. Easy to memorize. You know exactly where you are.
So if all you've done was vanilla
Vanilla,
socks and you want to try something new, but not too hard, go over to Luli's
simple
patterns. It was in
sock.
the simple sock patterns. There's 4 patterns in
Yes.
that collection, and this is one of them. What was the name of this one? Ventilator socks?
No, the
No.
ventilator
Socks with
socks.
holes?
Socks with holes in them. Yes. Socks with holes.
Socks with
Socks with
holes.
holes. And I don't know. I just think they're really cute. And
They
they're
are.
super easy. This is the one where using 9-inch circs, I don't know. I have trouble every single time I try and do a slip, knit through the back. When I slip my left needle in to knit through the back,
Does it split it?
the second loop, I never get all of the second loop. And I
Way
think it's just
under.
because these
You don't have
needles,
enough room.
these needles are sharp, but they're not as sharp as the high sharps.
Yeah.
So I think, I don't know. once I get this one to match up to this one, and I didn't follow. I don't think her pattern has a 1x1 twisted rib. I just love 1x1
Oh,
twisted rib. I think hers is a 2x2 rib, but that's okay.
you think you're going to take them off the 9-inch circs, Debbie?
I
I
don't
hear that
know.
coming.
I don't know. I might. I can't decide. So anyway, that's what I got going on there. So that's the only, other than my workout socks, which are my Christmas striped ones from Cozy Knitter, those are the only socks I have on the needles right now.
The only ones. Did you wet her hair? Did you cut it? Oh,
Oh my gosh, look at that. Tennis player Barbie with her
and
water
she's
bottle.
water bottle. Skyline just handed it to me. There's
Turn
her
her around.
racket.
Let me see the back.
Oh, she's got bloomers. I thought I was going to moon people, but it didn't work.
Your daughter knows you too well.
She smacked me. She said, "Don't do that."
She covered her hiney
Why not?
for that, just that reason, because she knew you were going to lift up that skirt.
So I guess we're going to have a good couple weeks. That means we'll be a couple weeks closer to me and Ronnie
Rhinebeck.
going away.
And
Well, and
Rhinebeck.
Rhinebeck.
You know,
Yes,
I
and
think I
Rhinebeck.
counted the number of weeks, and at that point in time, it was only 11 weeks. You know how fast that's going to go?
That's going to go fast.
I know. Did you
It
get
is
our
such
car?
huh?
Did you get our car?
No. I got the hotel room that Debbie found, and she said we could just pay when we get there. I said, perfect.
You didn't have to do anything.
I know, I just agreed though. Okay, this is the last one.
Ooh, look at that fancy schmancy Barbie. Hold her still.
Where are you getting
so
all
I-
these things? Are they stuffed down in one of the things in your closet?
Let me
Behind your closet?
see. Put her
You need to
closer.
brush her hair. She looks like she's rough. Just got out of the bed.
Look at those eyes. Boy, they are sparkly.
Okay, goodbye.
Very
Okay.
pretty.
So we need to get the car.
Cars are one in a million. They're easy to find.
Yep.
So, is that it? I have
guess
one
that's
more
it.
project that I pulled out that I want to show you because I feel like it's the lost child on the island of
Uh-oh.
misfit designs.
Oh yes. Speaking of misfit designs, I'm working on the Knit Your Home Cal too, but
Oh, you are?
that's kind of like homework because I got to write down way yarn after, write it down. I
I
mean, it's
absolutely love
still
this
on the table.
colorway, and I'm going to pull it back because
Pull it
you
back.
remember my diamond lace beekeeper shawl?
Yes.
So I don't like this thick gray stripe. It's too thick. It doesn't do what I
Okay.
wanted it to do. And so I'm going to have to rip out that much. But
Can you not continue in the pattern just with the gray for like one repeat so that, or you want to do something completely different there? The pattern is memorizable, right?
yes, but I think it would cut
You
one
need to
repeat
rest.
because of the way the diamonds are. It wouldn't like be one full diamond. It would be like
Oh.
partial, you know what I mean?
Oh.
It would be halfway through one diamond and halfway through another diamond. But what I think I'm going to do is I might just go down and back with a garter ridge, and it ends up going like that because of the
It
way the
looks like
pattern
it was
is.
trying to do that.
Well,
I
that's
could
what I was
tell.
doing. That's what
Oh.
I was doing in the middle part of this pattern. I was doing like a modified feather and fan kind of little ridge thing.
Why do you think you want to take? You think it's just too bold and
I
it just is
I
too
don't know. Do you
heavy?
think it's too heavy? It's
Can you do that with less, with a stripe that's a little thinner, or you can't really do that with a feather fan? You really need that many rows.
you kind of do, and because I didn't want to mess up the 8-row repeat of the diamond, I did
Oh,
8 rows.
oh,
So I don't know. Designer's woes. I think I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to do out and back with, but then when I do that, then
it messes up the 8-row repeat.
yeah, it kind of messes up the 8-row repeat, and then I don't know how the diamonds below are going to match up with. I might just try it.
Well,
I
who
don't know.
cares if the diamonds below match up? You've got a stripe in there, so just start from row 1? I know the increases, it changes the increases. It's
This
all the
has been
math.
in timeout. So I'm sorry, Dag. I love that yarn and I really wanted to create something with it immediately and then that happened. So anyways, I'm going to work on my Luli socks and my Madewell sweater.
Okay, good idea.
And what are you working on?
I'm gonna finish working on
The
my
blue
little
socks?
my blue socks with the pink feet and finish up
Oh,
Levi's.
Levi socks. Okay.
And really, when I get done these two, I've got to, because it's like knitting a sock, I need to keep on the sleeve of my hoodie shawl cardigan.
We're both going to be knitting sleeves.
Yeah, because that's really, other than going around the whole entire thing in the hood a
I have
couple
to
few
do that
times,
too.
then that's really, and that is going to be my Rhinebeck sweater. And I've got, maybe I need to take that to
The beach.
the beach.
In the
I can do that
evenings
in the
when you're
evenings when we're
when you're
not
in
on
the
the
air
beach.
conditioning and
Yeah,
you're
I
hanging
think that's
out.
what I'm going to do. And then I'm just going to take socks for on the beach.
When do you leave?
We leave September 2nd. That's Saturday. And then we're
Okay.
there
So
the
we'll
whole week
podcast
till
one
the
more
following
time
Saturday.
before then.
Yes, I think so. Because what are we today? Today is
Today's the 6th.
the 6th of August. Yeah, so we'll podcast the week before we leave. That's perfect. 2 more weeks.
Yeah, in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Okay, everybody. Well, if you can't
I
be
hope
kind.
then you must be quiet
And
and
we
tell your
wish you.
children to stop interrupting when you're trying to podcast.
It's okay, Skyland. She can't hear me, but tell her I said goodbye and have a
She'll
wonderful
always ask for things she knows she's not allowed to have for just me. Just say, yes, yes, fine, fine. I'm surprised she didn't bring out like a bow and arrow.
She's
Can I play with this?
very
Can I-
smart. She's very smart and resourceful. Okay.
Resourceful.
Happy knitting.
Have a wonderful week or
Bye.
2.
Thanks for
Bye.
visiting.
Oh.
Oh. Okay. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.